Hey, 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 everyone. Welcome to our weekly wellness education series. My name is Stephanie Hilgendorf. I'm your Diamond Wellness Advocate, and today is March 14th, 2026. And I just got back from our leadership retreat, which we had some really cool things, new products coming out, talking about conventions, some clinical trials that they kind of went over, which are really kind of fun. And so we're going to go ahead and get started with a video that was kind of the theme of the leadership retreat this year, which I thought was really cool. So we're going to start with that video. Actually, I need to make sure that we have the share the audio. There we go.
We've reached a tipping point. Our world is drowning in the artificial. We've become disconnected from what's real, from ourselves, from each other, and from nature. We've replaced natural with synthetic, intuition with algorithms, empathy with efficiency. Is it any wonder we feel so depleted, overwhelmed, and isolated? In your heart, you know there's a better way. That the answer both surrounds us and lives within us. We call it natural intelligence, a return to what's real, re-embracing a way of life where natural solutions heal, a mother's intuition guides, and human connections ground us. Together, we're awakening this natural intelligence within us all by distilling nature's wisdom into simple, intuitive solutions that empower you to confidently care for yourself, your loved ones, and community. Our essential oils are natural intelligence in its purest, most potent form. Thanks to our shared natural chemistry, our bodies immediately recognize and harmonize with each essential oil, channeling their distinct restorative wisdom into personalized support. And because our essential oils are the purest on earth, they're also the most proven and precise, which is why every day millions of mothers trust our lemon to cleanse, our peppermint to energize, and our lavender to calm. Natural intelligence is also innate to our shared humanity. Every time you reach out, every time you comfort, every time you share, we believe in this truth so deeply that we've made it central to the way we work. Together with millions of passionate wellness advocates, we're growing a global community committed to a deeper level of care, all while locking arms with farmers, harvesters, and distillers who cultivate these gifts of the earth. Join us as we defy the artificial and return to what's real, because life can only come from life. Choose natural intelligence. Choose doTERRA.
Pretty cool, huh? Like, I loved this whole idea of natural intelligence, like things that we already know, things that we know that these products work. We may not know why, but we know that they do work. We've had our own personal experiences with them. And so that kind of leads us right into some of the clinical trials that they've been performing. I love that doTERRA is putting money into the science. Things that we've already known in our brain and in our bodies, these studies are now proving what we already know to have been true. So I'm going to go ahead and share some of the slides that we had from let's see, where did they go? One second. Do. Come on. I had these slides ready to go. Here we are. So they did studies on our Copaiba soft gels, our frankincense duo caps, and our turmeric duo caps. And so just to kind of glide through these really quick, So we all know frankincense. Here are some of the benefits of frankincense that we already know. It interacts with the cell nucleus for DNA repair. Apoptosis, meaning that it'll eliminate the bad cells or the things that we're trying to eliminate through our body through mitochondrial interaction, and upregulates protection genes and downregulates abnormal cell growth. Those are all the technical terms that we are allowed to say, but basically meaning that base when in doubt, frank it out, right? When in doubt, get your frankincense out. This is always one that's been really, really great to have on hand. Then we have the turmeric and the duo chamber capsules, where you have the powder inside and then the oil on the outside. So the two together work really powerfully. Normally, when you have turmeric powder, you need to have something like black pepper to help your body absorb it. But when we have the oil and the powder together, it doesn't need that extra pep black pepper or anything like that to make sure it's really your body's really able to absorb it. So neutral stem cell proliferation, I mean, all these technical terms. Basically, it helps with inflammation. It helps protect your neurology. It also increases absorption of those curcuminoids, the powder, into the cell, and they help protect the mitochondria in the brain and in the heart. So you're going to see a lot of brain and heart studies and the health that appears there. And then we have copaiba. So it promotes tissue repair. So this is going to be really great for, any type of tissue in your body that has maybe some damage. It helps repair that, modulates your immune responses, so good for your healthy immune system, prevents bacterial infections, reduces oxidative stress in the brain, liver, and heart. So some of the major organs. So we also they did some research on citrus oils. So citrus oils, specifically grapefruit, orange, lemon, tangerine, help detoxify critical organs like the brain and the liver. They cross the blood-brain barrier. So sometimes they had a story where somebody had an infection that they kept getting over and over and over again. They would go through the antibiotics and then they would be fine for like a week and then it would come back. So that barrier on the backside of the cell, the antibiotics weren't able to penetrate to get through the deeper areas to help protect from getting this infection again in the future. So that's the blood-brain barrier. That's like regular antibiotics are water-based and these are oil-based. And so they can cross that barrier to get to where it really needs to be in those cells. And then also helps, again, making more water soluble, easier to eliminate things from the body. So these things help with that detoxification. Then, so we have, this is kind of like what they said is if you can, a protocol to have 1 to 2 capsules of the turmeric duo chambers in the morning, 1 to 2 of the frankincense in the afternoon, and then 1 to 2 of the capsules at bedtime of copaiba, and then have your citrus oils in your water throughout the day. So one of the things about the citrus oils that they found was in a study that they did with the E Omega Plus clinical trial. They had people have this 1 month of internal use. So taking these Omega Plus, as we know, the E Omega Plus has, some of the best fish oils in the world in here, but then it also includes wild orange essential oils. And people, we say, it helps so that way you're not burping up all of that fish oil and those types of things. But what they found is that it's not just a great taste for the E Omega Plus, but it was amazing for other things as well. Makes the actual fish oil more effective, which we'll see in a sec. So they had 55 people and they took 3 capsules a day. So one of the things that they have found with this product is through this clinical trial is they have decreased diastolic blood pressure by 6 points, decreased resting heart rate by 4 beats per minute, and less strain on your heart. So we all know that fish oils are great at that. And so one of the things that they mentioned was the wild orange essential oil is a huge difference maker in this. So 300 milligrams of the wild orange essential oil per serving, enzyme modulations, antioxidant protection, broader epigenetic impact. Basically meaning it's not just helping on the surface, it's getting down into the deeper end of those cells. But this is what that all means, right? So regular fish oil alone, 33 genes are modulated. with the fish oil and the wild orange essential oil, look at the difference that they found in the different genes that are affected and modulated with just adding the wild orange essential oil to it. I mean, that is astronomical, mind-blowing, the difference of just having the fish oil alone versus adding wild orange essential oil to it makes it way more effective. And you're able to affect more things in your body actually at the cellular level, digging deep into those genes. Really, really cool there. So the wild orange is a multiplier. So basically, a dramatically broader gene expression when paired with the omega-3s helps your heart work smarter, helps support healthy blood pressure and heart rate within normal range, and then advanced protection. It delivers the antioxidant support and helps regulate key enzyme systems. So bottom line, wild orange helps amplify the fish oil that we already have. So pretty darn cool. Now, the frankincense essential oil human clinical trial, it was 1 month of internal use, 67 healthy participants, 3 drops once a day with a meal. So this is just the actual oil. And this is the difference. So they did a neuro-emotional balance test. So there's a test that they asked you just a bunch of different questions. And you'll see the one on the left is the without, like the before, and then the green is with the frankincense. So all of these things like can't control worrying, feeling nervous and anxious, worrying too much, have trouble relaxing, the restlessness, irritability, afraid, the impending doom, all of those emotions got better with just a few drops of frankincense every single day. So that was a really cool one. And these are the reasons why, like the brain pathways use the frankincense interacting with those brain pathways. So serotonin balance was better, the dopamine balance was better, um, the neuroplasticity, fertilizer for the brain, adaptation, new connections, all of that is getting healthier with the help of frankincense essential oil, use that internally. Now you could also use these duo chamber capsules, the resin on the inside and then the frankincense oil on the outside, just taking it via capsule if you don't want to drop it underneath your tongue. Also, here's frankincense oil immune calibration. So your immune system before treatment and after. So your baseline and then the endpoint after using it. So before treatment and after, basically your immune system calibration, your immune system is working better. So these are, again, things that scientists will know this, but me, I just know that they work. So here's what the participants in the frankincense trial reported, that they had less discomfort, they had increased mobility, increased emotional resilience, improved mood, and improved rest and recovery. So it's going to help in all of those aspects. So the reasons why it works, the balance response, the signal display, builds resilience. So basically your improved mood, your recovery, physical comfort, supports healthy inflammatory system. So yeah, again, it works. And now we know why. So here's the Copaiba clinical trial. 1 month again, healthy adults ages 18 to 64. The median age was about 40 years old. One Copaiba soft gel twice daily with food. And then they did a blinded study with designed for reduced bias. So they took these, they did this also in conjunction with the VMG plus omegas and PB Assist Plus, I believe. But then here are the Copaiba soft gel results. So there were two different studies. My apologies. I just got the slides mixed up. With the Copaiba soft gels, you had 18.8% overall improvement in functional movement. So if you're exercising, if you're working out, if you're trying to have better flexibility, mobility, these are the things that they actually tested with people getting a deep squat, inline lunge, hurdle step, shoulder mobility, straight leg raise, trunk stability, rotary stability. Like all of these things were improved, not just by a little, by more than 10%, and some of them 30%, that you're able to have better movement just by adding those Copaiba soft gels to your diet twice a day. So with Copaiba added, participants can do 8 more push-ups and 13 more squats than they would when they were timing them. So that was pretty cool. And then you're going to get just like the things that they also found were decreased body fat by 3.1 percentage points, decreased fat mass, and increased skeletal mass. So you're not necessarily losing pounds on the scale, but what they were finding is that your skeletal mass, so your bone, were getting heavier, and then your fat was going down. So you may not find anything on the scale, but inside physiologically, you are seeing differences there. So you're able to move better, think sharper, and improve body composition. So, I mean, who doesn't want that, right? So, and then we have this is Dr. O, Dr. Oscar Thorpe. He is our chief medical officer. So again, two Copaiba soft gels daily for a month, increased 32% of movement and core strength without exercise, and a perfect one-to-one exchange. So again, the body fat and the muscle mass. Your muscle mass is going up, your body fat's going down. Again, zero weight change, but it's just the body composition is shifting. So that's the clinical trial stuff, which I think is pretty darn cool, right? Like, I think that those things are amazing. Now we're going to go into a couple of the different like new products that they had at leadership. Sometimes they have at leadership retreat, they have for us, the leaders, we get to see maybe what is coming for convention or within the next quarter. We're going to have, this is really cool. So we have this month we had all of our, what's it called? All of our sun care, all of our sunline, right? Again, those are at the bigger, like they're more than the 3 ounces that you're required to have if you're going to be traveling. Well, they're going to be coming out with this travel essentials kit. So you have the lip balm, you have a smaller after sun spray, and I think that's a face here we can see right here. So you have the after sun restorative spray, mineral sunscreen, daily moisturizer, and the lip balm, all in travel sizes. So I'm excited about this because when you're traveling and you don't check a bag, you just want to have a carry-on, you need something that's smaller. And so this is great for travel. Something else. This is really exciting. Who remembers the Endless Summer Oil that we had last year as a promotional item? They now have a hair and body mist. It's kind of like a perfume or like, people get at other retailers with all the chemicals in it, like a spray that makes you smell really good. And Endless Summer just makes me happy to begin with. So Endless Summer hair and body mist is what we have. And then you'll see in the background as well the Shinrin Yoku hair and beard oil. That is going to be something. So Shinrin Yoku is our forest bathing blend, which is very grounding. I love it. It smells amazing. But for those men or, even women, men that are asking for that beard oil, and then you can also use it in your hair as a hair oil as well. That's going to be coming soon as well. Not sure if all of these things are going to be permanent items or if they're just going to be temporary limited time offers. So keep that in mind. There was also, I thought that there was one other thing. Nope, they did have a blend that they had us smell. There was 3 separate blends that they were asking us which one did you like best. And so there may be a new blend that they're just trying to see. They have the chemical constituents of it, but then which one smells best to the public. So they had us test that out as well and take a survey on it. So now, speaking of these new products, a lot of times these new products are released at the doTERRA convention. So this year it will be in Orlando, Florida. Really, really excited for it. It's at the Orange County Convention Center. They are on sale now. The in-person ticket price is now $159. They will be available through May 3rd. Once May 3rd happens, the price will go up. And they will go up to $189. And then if you already have your ticket, if you bought I think mine was like $135 or something like that by pre-purchasing it at last convention. On May 7th, we'll be able to add things on like the gala, or if you wanted a virtual option. And the other options or add-ons that they have, sometimes they'll do like a 5K or a yoga class or something like that. They'll have those add-ons after May 7th. And usually that's when they'll have, if they have any hotel blocks, they'll release those there as well. So put May 7th on your calendar. But if you want to come, we have some people coming that Haven't come before because it's on the East Coast now, so it's easier for people back here to get to. So get your ticket now, get it for the 159 price. You can go ahead and scan those QR codes on the bottom Google Play Store or the App Store. There's the doTERRA Connect app, and that's where all of our events from here on out will be under that one app, making it a lot easier. And then here's basically the general time frame of what a convention's going to look like. So September 23rd is registration. The marketplace is open. The gala is that evening, so it's before everything happens, which I love having the gala early instead of having it like on Thursday. Our team was probably going to do something fun on Thursday night, which, if you come along, it's going to be a lot of fun. And if you know me, you know that I love certain things about, Southern California and Orange County, Florida. Just kind of keep that in mind. But Thursday night's going to be a lot of fun for our team. And then we have Friday and then Saturday is the last day. So usually it's usually done by like 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So you can head out that evening or stay an extra night. Our team likes to stay kind of that extra night and leave on Sunday just as I don't know, just kind of chill and relax and decompress and talk about everything from the week, which is kind of fun. So yeah, that's convention of this year. That's in September. So if you can come, we would love to have you there with us. Now, this one is really, really cool. So we've talked about some of the new products. We talked about the clinical trials convention. This is really neat because we, for several years, felt like we've been almost like constrained with what we've been able to say because of the FDA. We can't make any medical claims, but we know that these things work for us, right? So doTERRA has put together this website of doTERRA stories. You can actually go on and either type out audio or video record your own stories. If it's compliant, meaning that you're not making medical claims and you're using the, terms that like you're just not speaking plainly and not saying what the disease was and what you found healed you. Um, they are still going to want those stories. But if you're able to say it compliantly, it can appear here for anybody to come and see what your stories are and what has benefited you. Even if you have something that's like you're just speaking very plainly, talking about like the things that are basically non-compliant, but you know that they've worked for you, doTERRA is still taking those stories and they're kind of coming up with a database, like an AI version of this database, where they will take all of these different stories and all of these different things that people are saying, and they're going to be using it for future research. So they may think that they may not really, consider that, oh, Deep Blue is really good. Deep Blue Rub is really good for my bug bites. That's not a normal use for what Deep Blue would be, but now they'll be like, huh, let's go ahead and now research this Deep Blue for bug bites. Or, basically things that are you normally don't use these oils for that they didn't present them for, but it's still good for. And so it's going to be prompting them to do more research in the future for other products, maybe not normally wouldn't we wouldn't normally know them as. Um, the other thing that they're going to be doing is they're going to be coming up with a searchable database. So somebody can come on this site and search, what do I do for this? And the AI version of it will be able to come in and pull out all of the different things from everybody else and kind of come up with a summary of this is what I would recommend doing for whatever it is you're saying. So they're asking us, share your stories. Use this QR code to share your stories on this website. You can select on there if you don't want the public to see it, totally fine. But that way they can use it as information for the future and future clinical trials and all of those types of things. So go on if you have a story about your essential oils that you love, if you have something that's worked for you, your pets, your children, anything, go ahead and get on here and share. And last but certainly not least, we have our on-demand recap of Leadership Retreat. So I may have given you a quick little recap here, but this is from my words. Hear it from the actual people that were there. $25, and this can be for anybody. So you had to reach a certain rank in order to attend leadership in person, but they have an on-demand option where it's a recap. So it's not the full 3 days of leadership retreat, they've taken all of that and basically brought it down to about a 3 hour video recap with the key announcements and takeaways. And it's available now through April 13th. So it's available for the entire month. You can go to the doTERRA Connect app and you can go ahead and just purchase that for $25 and have that recap available to you. So, whew, that was a lot, but really, I mean, a lot of really cool things happen at Leadership Retreat and at convention. So I will be there at convention for sure. I'm going to be actually driving down this year, so I'll have my car with me. And I'll be out there a few days before seeing some friends and family. So if you can join us, we would love to have you. We would love to party it up with you and just have a lot of fun. And then also, convention is a great way to learn more about the research, the clinical trials, brand new products that are coming out. Just a lot of getting together with people that are like-minded and collaborating and sharing stories. And if you have a problem, usually somebody else in that group has dealt with it before. And we just have a really good time, and it's always uplifting every time I go. So any questions, feel free to put them in the comments. I will be happy to answer them at a later, when I come back in and I see all the YouTube and I can go ahead and comment on those things. But I have enjoyed having you guys here. I love going to these leadership retreats. I always feel uplifted and energized, ready to do all of the things when I get back. So you know that that's a good conference when you go to, when you're like, yes, I want to do more, be more. So anyways, I hope you guys have a great Saturday and we will see you next time.